Every year, 1,500 American heroes make their final journey into the deep blue ocean. Their caskets slide beneath the waves 600 feet deep, 3 miles from any shore. The Navy fires 3 volleys, taps plays, and then something remarkable happens that most people never know about. The commanding officer writes a personal letter to the family with the exact coordinates where their loved one now rests forever. This isn't just a burial. This is one of America's most sacred military traditions happening right now on ships across our oceans. And what happens next will surprise you. This ancient tradition connects us to every sailor who ever served on the 7 seas. But the modern process is far more detailed and meaningful than most people realize. When a Navy veteran or active service member chooses burial at sea, they're joining an exclusive brotherhood. Only those who served with honor can have this final tribute. The process begins with a single phone call that sets everything in motion. If you're proud of our Navy veterans who choose this final honor, type "proud" in the comments. The family contacts the Navy at 833-330-6622. This number stays open every single day, all day long, because when families need this service, the Navy doesn't make them wait. Within days, they receive a special packet with everything they need to know. But here's what makes this different from any other military service. The timing depends entirely on when Navy ships head out to sea. Families can't attend because the ceremony happens during active deployments. This might seem harsh, but there's a deeper reason that shows how much the Navy actually cares. The ship's entire crew becomes the family for that moment. Every sailor on board treats this service like they're honoring their own brother or sister. The commanding officer personally oversees every detail. The crew prepares for days to make sure everything is perfect. Now, the preparation process reveals just how seriously the Navy takes this responsibility. For cremated remains, which make up most of the 1,500 annual burials, families must use biodegradable urns. New environmental laws banned plastic containers because the Navy refuses to pollute the oceans they protect. For full caskets, which happens about 15 times per year, the requirements are very specific. The casket needs 20 holes drilled into it. These aren't random holes. 8 go on top, 8 on the bottom, and 2 each on the head and foot ends. This ensures the casket sinks quickly and stays down permanently. The casket must weigh at least 300 pounds total. Sand or concrete gets added to reach this weight. Lead is banned because it harms marine life. Even in death, these veterans protect the environment they once defended. But wait until you hear about the ceremony itself. This is where centuries of naval tradition come alive. The process starts when the ship reaches the right location, 3 miles from any coastline. At least 600 feet of water below. In some areas like Florida, they need 1,800 feet of depth. The ship stops completely. All flags drop to half-staff. The officer of the deck makes an announcement that echoes through every compartment. All hands bury the dead. Every sailor not on essential duty gathers on deck. They wear their best uniforms. Officers put black bands on their left arms. Here's something most people don't know. The ceremony has 2 completely different parts that work together perfectly. The religious portion comes first. A Navy chaplain reads scripture and leads prayers. If no chaplain is available, the commanding officer does this himself. The crew stands at parade rest with heads bowed during prayers. This shows respect across all faiths and beliefs. Then comes the military portion. This is where the Navy's precision and honor really shine through. 7 sailors form the firing party. A chief petty officer leads them. The honor guard positions the casket on a special tilting board. The American flag covers everything perfectly. The Union section sits at the head, over the left shoulder, just like regulations specify. The moment of committal is absolutely solemn. The command rings out, "Firing party, present arms." Every sailor snaps to attention with a hand salute. The chaplain or commanding officer reads the committal prayer. At the exact right words, the casket bearers tilt the board. The casket slides smoothly under the flag and into the ocean. The flag stays with the crew. This flag will go home to the family with a personal letter from the commanding officer. The firing party fires 3 volleys into the air. The sound carries across the water like thunder. Then a single bugler plays taps, not a recording, a real sailor playing the most beautiful and sad song in military tradition. For cremated remains, the process is equally respectful, but slightly different. The urn sits on a small table covered with flowers. When the time comes, an officer carefully opens the urn. The ashes scatter into the wind and waves. The empty urn can also be sent overboard if the family requests it. Before we continue with what happens after the ceremony, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Most viewers watch without subscribing, but your support means everything to us. Did you hit that subscribe button? Now here's the part that really shows the Navy's dedication to families. Within 10 days after the ceremony, something special happens. The commanding officer sits down and writes a personal letter to the family. Not a form letter, not a computer-generated message, a personal letter describing exactly what happened. This letter includes the precise date and time of the ceremony, the exact latitude and longitude coordinates where their loved one now rests. Many families frame these coordinates and visit them on anniversaries. The letter also comes with photos or video of the actual ceremony. Seeing their loved one honored by an entire ship's crew brings comfort that words cannot describe. The folded flag that covered the casket comes home too. But the Navy goes even further. They provide a detailed chart showing the burial location. Some families hire boats to visit these coordinates on special occasions. They drop flowers and hold their own memorial services. The 5 major Navy ports handle all burial at sea requests: Norfolk in Virginia, Jacksonville in Florida, San Diego in California, Bremerton in Washington, and Honolulu in Hawaii. Each port has dedicated coordinators who treat every family with complete respect and care. The waiting time averages 12 to 18 months. This might seem long, but here's why it actually shows how much the Navy cares. They only do these ceremonies when ships are properly positioned for the most respectful service possible. The Navy won't rush this sacred duty just to meet a schedule. They wait for the right ship, the right location, and the right conditions. Every detail must be perfect because they get only one chance to honor each veteran properly. Recent changes have made the process even better. Environmental protection laws now require biodegradable materials only. This means these burial sites stay clean and beautiful forever. The Navy adapted quickly because protecting the ocean fits perfectly with their values. Technology has improved the family experience too. Better cameras capture the entire ceremony. GPS systems record exact coordinates. Digital files preserve everything permanently so families can share these moments with future generations. But things never change. The honor, the respect, and the brotherhood that every Navy crew shows during these ceremonies. Active duty sailors, many just 18 or 19 years old, understand they're participating in something sacred. They stand at attention for extended periods. They practice the ceremony until every movement is perfect. The statistics tell an amazing story. In 2023 alone, the Navy performed 806 burials at sea. That's more than 2 every single day. Each one received the same level of care and respect as if it were their own family member. These numbers represent real families finding comfort in this beautiful tradition. Veterans who served decades ago still choose this final honor. Their children and grandchildren often follow the same path. The tradition connects generations of naval service. Fathers and sons, sometimes even grandfathers, share the same final resting place in the deep ocean. The coordinates become family treasures passed down through generations. What makes this tradition even more special is its inclusivity. The Navy performs these ceremonies for all faiths and backgrounds. Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, and other religious services all receive equal respect. The military portion stays the same, but the religious elements adapt to honor each person's beliefs. Even family members of veterans can receive burial at sea. Spouses and dependent children of active duty personnel, retirees, and honorably discharged veterans are eligible. This keeps families together even in death. The environmental impact shows the Navy's commitment to protecting what they defend. These burial sites become artificial reefs over time. Marine life flourishes around them. The ocean bottom in these areas often becomes more diverse and healthy. Flowers and wreaths made from biodegradable materials can be placed at burial sites. Many families choose flowers that meant something special to their loved one. These create beautiful temporary memorials that feed ocean life as they decompose. The ceremony's timing within deployments means ships from all over the world perform these services. Aircraft carriers, destroyers, submarines, and support ships all participate. The location doesn't matter. The respect and honor remain constant. Weather conditions sometimes force delays, but the Navy never cancels these ceremonies. They wait for safer conditions rather than risk the dignity of the service. This patience shows how seriously they take this responsibility. International waters present no problems for these ceremonies. The Navy follows strict protocols that respect all maritime laws. Other nations' ships that encounter these ceremonies often show their own respect by stopping or altering course. The legal requirements ensure these burial sites remain protected. Reporting within 30 days to regional administrators creates permanent records. These documents help families and researchers track burial locations decades later. Modern GPS technology means coordinates are accurate within a few feet. Families can return to exact spots using readily available navigation equipment. This precision would have been impossible just a few decades ago. The tradition continues growing as more veterans learn about this option. Social media and military websites spread information about burial at sea programs. Younger veterans increasingly choose this over traditional cemetery burial. Cost to families remains zero for the ceremony itself. The Navy provides the service, the flag, the photographs, and the personal letter at no charge. Families only pay for preparation and transportation to the departure port. This generosity reflects the military's values of taking care of their own. Even in death, no veteran gets left behind. No family bears the financial burden of honoring their loved one's service. The emotional impact on ship crews creates lasting memories. Many sailors remember specific burial ceremonies years later. They often contact families to share additional memories or photographs from that day. These connections between ship crews and families sometimes last for decades. Holiday cards, retirement announcements, and family updates get exchanged. The burial ceremony creates bonds that military families treasure. The future of burial at sea looks secure and growing. New ships include improved facilities for these ceremonies. Training programs ensure every sailor understands their role in this sacred tradition. Environmental technology continues improving the biodegradable materials available for urns and caskets. Ocean science helps the Navy choose burial sites that benefit marine ecosystems while honoring veterans appropriately. Digital preservation means these ceremonies will be recorded and remembered forever. Future generations will see exactly how their ancestors were honored. The tradition connects past, present, and future in ways that land burial cannot match. The Brotherhood of sailors who perform these ceremonies extends across all branches of military service. Coast Guard, Marine, Army, and Air Force veterans all receive the same honor from Navy ships. This inter-service cooperation demonstrates military unity at its finest. Research stations and marine sanctuaries sometimes benefit from burial site data. The environmental monitoring helps protect ocean areas while honoring those who served. Science and sentiment work together perfectly. International cooperation occurs when foreign vessels encounter burial ceremonies. Most navies worldwide recognize and respect these services. The universal nature of honoring military service transcends national boundaries. The tradition adapts to modern needs while preserving ancient customs. Video calls sometimes allow distant family members to participate virtually. Technology serves tradition without replacing its essential meaning. Training new sailors in burial ceremony procedures takes months. Every detail gets practiced repeatedly. The honor guard, firing party, and bugle players must perform flawlessly when the moment comes. Veterans Administration benefits extend to burial at sea participants. Headstones and markers are still available for families who want land memorials too. This dual approach honors veterans both on land and sea. The Navy's commitment to this tradition shows no signs of decreasing. Budget allocations, ship scheduling, and personnel training all prioritize burial at sea services. Leadership understands this tradition's importance to military families. Regional variations in ceremonies respect local customs while maintaining core military traditions. Hawaiian services might include traditional island elements. East Coast ceremonies reflect colonial naval history. Each region adds meaning while preserving essential elements. The psychological comfort burial at sea provides helps families process grief differently than land burial. The ocean's vastness and beauty often bring peace that enclosed cemeteries cannot match. Many families report feeling their loved ones are truly free. This freedom extends to the environmental impact too. Ocean burial sites don't require maintenance, monuments, or visits. They exist naturally within the marine environment. This appeals to veterans who prefer minimal environmental impact. Weather plays a crucial role in ceremony timing and location. Ships wait for calm seas and clear skies when possible. Rough weather doesn't cancel ceremonies, but it does influence their scheduling and safety procedures. The documentation provided to families becomes precious over time. Children and grandchildren often request copies decades later. The Navy maintains these records permanently and provides copies whenever families request them. As we reach the end of this journey through one of America's most beautiful military traditions, remember that behind every statistic and procedure are real families finding comfort in the Navy's care. The next time you see a Navy ship on the horizon, know that it might be carrying a hero home to their final resting place. The crew aboard that ship considers it their highest honor to perform this sacred duty. These ceremonies happen continuously, somewhere in our oceans, performed by sailors who understand they're carrying forward a tradition that connects them to every generation of naval service. The Navy's Burial at Sea program represents the very best of military values: honor, respect, commitment, and care for families that extends far beyond active duty. Consider liking this video if it helped you understand this incredible tradition, and subscribe to learn more about the amazing things our military does every day.